Shalom, shalom. Shabbat shalom, sisters. Lord willing, this is going to be my testimony. And I know it's been a minute. Lord willing, sisters are doing well in the spirit. It's been a minute since I did a video, but I wanted to come on here. A lot has happened, and I wanted to share with y'all the mercy of the Lord and what He's been doing in my life, our family's life, and hopefully it's helpful. And I know a lot of sisters have been asking me to share my birth story. So Lord willing, I'll be doing that as quick as I can because I have two daughters now. All praise Most High. Shabbat Shalom, sis. I have two daughters now. I had my second daughter on March 16th. So it's been about a month, a little over a month. And there's been so much going on. There's been so much going on. But I'm going to get right into it. So, for those who don't know, I made a previous video about when I had my first daughter, Jubilee. So, that's on my page. You can check it out by all means. I had her at a birth center, very fast. You know, it was a dream birth. It was everything. It was everything I prayed for and more. And all praise Most High. All praise Most High for that. She came out healthy. There's no problems. And all praise Most High. This time around was very different. This pregnancy was different entirely. With Jubilee, I didn't have any morning sickness. I didn't have, any real pains like that. It was smooth sailing for the most part. Of course, pregnant stuff, but it was nothing. There was no complaints. So this time around, every pregnancy and labor is different. I'll just put that out there. Every pregnancy and labor is different. And when they told me that, I believed them, but I didn't think it was going to be to the extent of what it was. But this time around, I had morning sickness for months. I don't think I started feeling better till almost in my third trimester, or at least like the middle of my second trimester. I had a lot of aches and pains. Of course, I'm running after Jubilee, so much more tired. It was a lot to endure, but all praise Most High, I got through it. When it came time to get ready for labor, the second time around, I'm doing all the things. I'm eating dates. I'm drinking okra water. I'm walking. I'm squatting. I'm doing everything. And this time around, I went the OB route. So I had an OB. And last time I had a midwife, but this time I had OB because the area I'm in is very small, limited options. So trying everything, 40 weeks comes by. I'm like, okay. Everybody told me second time around I'm having my baby early. I'm thinking, 39 weeks. But no, 39 weeks passed and then 40 weeks passed. And I didn't have my daughter, y'all, until 41 weeks in 2 days. My second time. I had Jubilee at 40 weeks in 3 days or 4 days, one of those. So I was very, Satan was working. Me and my husband growing impatient. We got the OB, the doctors breathing down our necks. Hey, we're gonna have to talk about inductions. Hey, you're not progressing. This is a big baby because my second Judea, she's bigger than Jubilee was. Jubilee was 6 pounds, 12 ounces. She came out 8 pounds, 4 ounces. So bigger baby. But see what these other nations didn't know is that the Most High, He's made our bodies perfectly capable to birth our babies. And looking back at it now, I can see that the Most High was prepping my body to give birth to a bigger baby. He was teaching us how to exercise patience, fruits of the Spirit, which is all praise to the Most High. So I had a doula this time around, and oh my gosh, she's truly sent from the Most High. She sent from the Most High. Shout out to Shira, that's my girl. She gave me all types of natural herbs: black cohosh, blue cohosh, cotton root, all types of things to try to get labor kick-started. She made me a tea. We did midwives brew. I mean, she came down from she stayed about an hour and a half away. She came down multiple times because I was having contractions. I was having contractions around like 40 weeks. Yeah, for the whole 40 weeks, I was having contractions. I was feeling some stuff. It wasn't intense contractions, but they're like, like little period cramps. I'm like, okay, maybe this is starting. I don't know. She came down. I mean, she walked around my neighborhood with me. I mean, shout out to her. Shout out to her. If you're in the Middle Georgia area, get you a doula that is named Shira. If her name ain't Shira, if she don't stay in the Middle Georgia area, she ain't it. But yeah, we tried everything. We prayed. I mean, the whole nine. And my body is just exhausted. A whole week contracting on and off. And I'm going to my OB appointments. They're telling me, yeah, you're dilated. The first time I went, when I was 40 weeks, they told me I was 1 centimeter dilated. And then they're like, okay, we want to see you back in a couple of days. We want to put you on, the monitor so they could see if I'm having contractions or not. And the second time I went, it was a couple of days later, and I was 6 centimeters dilated. So what I was doing, what me and Shira were doing, my husband, what we were doing was working. It's just, baby girl didn't want to come. So, we're just like, dang, what are we doing wrong? Is she maybe in a funky position? Like, we're trying to figure it out. But we were trying to force something that doesn't need to be forced, ultimately, because by the time everybody went home, because even my mom came down. She stays 2.5 hours from us, and she came up because one night I was feeling the contractions, and I'm like, okay, I think it's happening. I don't want to call everybody too late, because mind you, I'm having to call my mom. She's down south, and I'm having to call my doula. She's up north of me, and I didn't want them to be too far away from me, because I'm expecting, okay, this is my second baby. This baby's gonna come fast. I can't play no games this time around. Last time I played games, it went really fast. So this time around, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling the contractions. They're kind of consistent. I'm timing them. Okay, they're 5 minutes apart. I call them. My doula comes. My mom comes. And they stay for like days on days. And every day we're trying. We're walking around. We're doing the exercises. We're trying to spin the baby. I even laid down on an ironing board to try to get this baby out. If you know, it's a birthing position. But yeah, so it was a lot going on. It was definitely a trial, a test of faith. I'm gonna get this precept real quick, because we gotta bring precepts out, okay? But it was really it was a lot. It was stressful, because I'm thinking like, dang, I'm having my mom come up here. I'm having, my doula come up here, and the baby's not even here yet. It's been days. We would have thought that the baby would have came days ago. And then eventually it was like a Thursday or a Friday. It was like a Thursday. My doula left. She went back home to get some rest. And then my mom went home to get some rest. But mind you, they're staying on my couch. They're staying on my couch, and they're hoping that, okay, today we wake up, we're going to have a baby. She didn't come. So then the next week, 41 weeks comes, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm done trying the stuff. I'm gonna relax my body. I mean, we walked around the mall. Twice. When I tell y'all, we were doing everything to get this baby out. Everything. And sorry, y'all, I'm bad at multitasking. But we tried everything, and she did not want to come out. But as soon as I rested, y'all, and I said, forget this, me and my husband were like, bro, we don't even know we won't have kids no more. It was Satan was working. But I just had to keep reminding my husband and myself that, look, this baby cannot stay in forever. This baby got to come out one way or another. But it was just a lot of pressure because we had, again, those OBs, those doctors saying, if this baby doesn't come by 41 weeks, if she don't come by, 41 weeks, 42 weeks, you're gonna have to get a C-section and dues, all that type of stuff. No, we're not doing that because we knew that if you know, you know. We trying to have this our way. So this is Psalms 119 and 46. I will speak of thy testimonies also before kings and will not be ashamed. So I'm speaking my testimony to y'all. Lord willing, this can comfort somebody. Lord willing, if anybody's ever in a similar situation, they can just continue to endure, because a lot of the times, even in other situations, we can be in a situation and we're just like, bro, like I got all this pressure on my back. These people talking about this, that, and the other, and I'm trying to do it a specific way. I've been praying for this for months, and I'm just, I just feel like the Most High, he's gonna make it work. He's gonna make it happen for me. You gotta trust in the Most High. Trust that prayer is already answered. Okay, I'm gonna stay in Psalms. I'm gonna get Psalms 22. Psalms 22 and start at 4. Our fathers trusted in thee. They trusted, and thou didst deliver them. They cried unto thee and were delivered. They trusted in thee and were not confounded. So these are precepts that are going through my mind. Like, I gotta trust in the Most High. I know that I can birth this baby by, with my doula. I can have it with my husband. I gotta be careful on here, y'all, because I don't know who's gonna be seeing this. But sometimes you gotta finesse the system, man. Sometimes you gotta finesse the system in righteousness. So, all praise Most High, I was able to have my beautiful baby girl at home. She was born in water, and it was beautiful birth. It was beautiful. It was quick. It was quicker once I actually got into labor. But it was a harder labor for sure. It was much more pressure. Go back. It was much more pressure during the pushing stage and stuff like that. But ultimately, it was a blessing. It was a true blessing. After that, we went to the hospital, let them check baby out, check me out, and we left. Simple as that. And if you know about hospitals, after you have a baby, they want you to stay 24 hours and sometimes even 48 hours. But me, I didn't want that for myself. My husband didn't want that for myself. We still have a toddler at home. My mom's at home. I just push out a baby. I want to be at home. I don't want to be in the hospital. Folks got flu, the diarrhea, all types of madness. And hospitals are dirty, okay? And it's a business at the end of the day. So they want money. We were only there for probably 5 hours, 6 hours, and got over probably a $2,000 hospital bill for what? Y'all didn't even birth my baby. Just for me to sit in y'all's bed and y'all to check on my baby and check on me. $2,000? Are you serious? Imagine 2 days. Imagine eating there. The food that they provide and getting all these extra tests and all that. No, it's enough for me. So, yeah, y'all, it was a beautiful birth. Nonetheless, I did give birth in the same position that I did with Jubilee, hands and knees in the water. So I highly recommend that for anybody. Water births are top tier. I'll always be an advocate for that. And after I had her, my husband caught the baby. He cut the umbilical cord after we let it wait for some time. Trying to think. My mom was here for this birth. My mom was not here for my last birth, and she was amazing. She didn't come the first time. My husband and I had a lot of doubts because my mom, she's not in the truth, but she can be a lot sometimes. She can be a lot sometimes. I love her though, but she can be a little demanding. Like she knows how to command a room. She knows how to assert herself. She likes things a certain way. She's not really too much keen on certain things. But she's a work in progress. All praise the Most High, and the Most High ultimately worked on her to help me during that time when I needed her the most. So all praise the Most High for that. She was very calm. She, let me lead. She gave me massages. My husband gave me massages. They give me water. I mean, if you're contemplating about getting a doula, it's worth the money. It's worth the money for sure. I'm gonna get a couple more precepts and close out. We gotta get ready for new moon. Let me see. But after I had the baby, the EMTs came. They checked us out. They said, "Do y'all want to go to the hospital? Do y'all want to get in the ambulance?" Absolutely not. We will drive there. So whenever I got myself situated, I got a shower, ate something, chilled out. We went to the hospital, and that was that. So I'm gonna get Psalms chapter 7 and 10. My defense is of God, which saveth the upright in heart. So I bring this one out to say that the Most High is our defense. We have to remember that. In times of affliction, in times where, these heathens, they might be on your neck. They might be trying to threaten to take something away from you. They try to say that they actually did tell me that. When we tried to leave the hospital, they said, "Hey, look, we're going to call child services if you try to leave AMA," which is against medical advice. Because again, like I told you, they want you to stay in the hospital for 24 to 48 hours. If you leave before that, they're calling the people on you. And they're going to show up. They might show up at your door. They might call you. In this case, they called us. Our praise Most High, she was just like a checkup. But even Satan tried to hop in. He was like, getting in our heads, hey, dang, they're going to take y'all baby, because we see it all the time in our community. Unfortunately, we see it with these devils. They take our children. They don't do their jobs how they're supposed to. The people who actually abuse their kids and doing God knows what to these children, these babies, they fly under the radar. CPS is nowhere, they can't see them. But as soon as it's somebody who actually, cares for their children, it's a problem. It's a problem. That's why the Most High got to come back and destroy this place. I'm going to get this First Maccabees. First Maccabees chapter 2. And 62. Fear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms. So you gotta remember this, because especially in these end times, we're gonna get threatened with all types of stuff. Threatening to take our children away, take our husbands away, whatever the case may be. Might try to throw us in jail, whatever. He's gonna try it, but we can't fear the words of sinful man. We can't fear the words of these devils. We got to remember that the Most High is our defense, and that He will not leave us ashamed. Never, because He's a faithful God, and it pleased the Most High for us to serve Him, and He's pleased to have made us His favorite nation. All praise the Lord. Let me get that 1 Samuel chapter 12. And verse 22. For the Lord will not forsake his people for his great name's sake, because it hath pleased the Lord to make you his people. So I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything else. But yeah. So my doula, she really was an advocate. When I say all praise Most High for her, all praise Most High for her, because she helped me to step out of my comfort zone through the Spirit of Most High. Because when they're not nice about it at the hospital, they're not. Oh well, we kind of have to, do this and do that. You can't really do. No, like when we were with our OB, they're in my husband's chest. They're saying, do not deliver this baby at home. Do not deliver this baby at home. We're not playing around. The baby's going to come fast. If you feel anything, you better call me. I mean, they're texting my phone. I've never Never even heard of that, first of all. Them texting you, your personal phone. Like a phone call, yeah. But texting you, saying like, hey, like what's going on? I want to know how you. I mean, they were on our behinds, okay? But our praise Most High, we were able to have Shira, our doula. She really helped us know what to say. She's been in these situations time and time again. So the way we wanted to do it, we really needed somebody with that experience, with that expertise, know what to say, know what not to say, certain key words, triggers, stuff like that. Because these people, they will pressure you to doing something you do not want to do, and that you will regret. But our praise Most High, we had a doula that knew what she was talking about. Man, for that, I'm forever grateful. Forever grateful. I'm trying to think if I have another preset. Let me see. Yeah. And she even guided us what to say, with the people, the child services, certain, it wasn't no crazy, conversation, but, she just told me to calm down, relax yourself, trust in the Most High, hey, we got power on our side, okay? These people cannot do anything that the Most High is not going to allow them to do, okay? So, Psalms 37:3. Trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. See that? Verse 5 too. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. So come. When we follow these laws, such commandments, the Most High, he's going to work on our behalf. We don't got nothing to worry about, okay? And that's definitely something I learned in this season. Patience and trusting in the Most High wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. Because we need the Most High. We need the Most High. We're nothing without him. Nothing without him. Okay. And yeah. So that's enough about my birth. I did title this Home Birth, Tribulation and Blessings. So the tribulation. So mind you, all this is happening, the people calling, trying to check on the baby, make sure she's okay, da da da. My husband loses his job. He loses his job, and we just had a baby a day ago. So, Satan is working, but the Most High is working harder, okay? Amen. So my husband gets the call. It's like, yeah, we have to part ways for whatever reason, da, da, da. So now we're like, okay. So my husband has been taking off weeks. He took off 2 weeks because he thought that I was going to have the baby. But mind you, again, I didn't have the baby for 41 weeks. So he didn't want to go back to work and then have to come back off of work because, Esau, Babylon, they only want you to take off one time. So he took off thinking that, the baby's going to come. As y'all see, the baby did not come until she wanted to. So eventually, we got that call and we're like, dang. Because I don't work. I'm a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife. I don't work. So that was our only source of income. My husband, he drove trucks. So he was making a decent living, taking care of us. All praise Most High. All praise Most High. And every season isn't the same. But we still gotta have faith. Just because things and situations change up, sometimes life might get turned absolutely upside down. Sometimes things can come at the absolute worst timing. I mean, the worst timing. You just had a baby. Need money. Need stuff, we need to eat. Gotta, all the things. So, but that's Satan wanting you to doubt, wanting you to, try to fret, make haste in time of trouble. No, we're gonna trust in the Most High. We're gonna trust in the Most High through it all. It was a lot of stuff going on. You got child services, trying to, wonder, and then we did end up telling them at the hospital while we left. We said we are leaving because we have another child. We don't have family that stays in this area. It's the truth. And we gotta get back to our toddler. We can't stay here. We're not staying here. So we gotta go. We will take our newborn to the pediatrician in the morning and get all the other tests that y'all want to do here. We'll do that then. But right now we're going home. So they had a problem with that. Of course, they still let us leave because they can't hold you hostage. But, we went to the pediatrician the next day. The test came out good, but she did fail her hearing test. And that was done at the hospital on a separate day. I think the very next day after the pediatrician, the third day. So she failed that one because, of course, she's born in water. So it's, fluid in her ears. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. But, that happened. So we had to reschedule that. And all this is going on. My husband lost his job. Bills, they don't stop. They don't stop for nobody. They don't say, oh, well, doesn't just like the job, just had a baby. Okay, we put a pause on that. That's not how it works in Babylon, unfortunately. But the Most High has been so faithful, so true. I've had help for up to, probably 4 or 5 weeks. My doula came, she helped, she cooked, she cleaned. I had this amazing sister, Iberia. She came over, she helped, cooked, cleaned my house for Passover, got my stuff, got my leaven out my house. All praise the Most High. Cooked for us. Who else came? My mom, she stayed for 2 weeks. The first week when the baby wasn't here, and then she left, went home, and she came back when I was actually in real labor around like 6 in the morning. I don't think I mentioned that. I went in labor like 6 in the morning, and I had my baby at 1:30 something, 1:35 p.m. And she stayed for a week then. So she was wonderful. She brought me food. I was able to stay in the bed, chill, relax, just focus on me and my baby. She took care of Jubilee. It was a blessing. And of course, my husband without a job, he helped out. He cooked every single day, minus Sabbath, of course. But I had a beautiful, helpful, wonderful, supportive village, and I'm forever grateful for that. And I pray and wish that on all of y'all. And I know everybody doesn't have that, so definitely grateful. And so there was a lot going on that time. But the Most High, He's always looked out for us. People have heard our stories. They've, sent us money. We've never gone a day without eating, and it's all praises to the Most High. I'm kind of about to tear up, but it's a blessing because, I really, really pray that this helps somebody because it's rough out here in Babylon. Like, people, especially now, it's only going to get worse. It's less jobs. It's harder to get a job. Especially you don't got a degree, that cancels out a whole bunch of jobs right there. And if you don't have certain qualifications, boom, that's out of there. None of the work from home jobs are really available like that. I mean, that's hard out here. Grocery prices are going up, and they're going to keep going up because of Trump. You need insurance for your car. You need a tag on your car. That was going on with us too. We had the people we leased our car from, they refused to give us a title. So we had to exercise patience for that. They stayed all the way, it's the Elamites, the Indians, and they refused to send it in a timely manner. So we're waiting months. Can't renew our registration. So, and then a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I get a ticket because, of course, our tag is expired. So it's just been a lot going on. But the Most High is faithful. We were able to get a new tag. We're never going to be without eating. All praise the Most High. And our children have not gone without eating. We have everything that we need. It might not be everything we want. Bills are going to be past due. You might not be able to do things how you want to. Ain't no eating out like that. Ain't no, But the Lord, He always provides. He always provides. He always makes a way. And I could go on and on, but y'all, trust in the Most High. This is what if y'all get nothing else from this video, trust in the Most High. And I have one more precept I want to get. Let me Let's see. Because since then, my husband he has found work off his side. He just started. I just want to put that out there too. It might not be what you want, it might not be the exact job you want, but it is a job. It's a way to get by in this captivity, and for that, we're forever grateful. All right. 2nd Ezra chapter 8 and verse 24. Oh, hear the prayer of thy servant and give ear to the petition of thy creature. For while I live, I will speak, and so long as I have understanding, I will answer. Oh, look not upon the sins of thy people, but on them which serve thee in truth. Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen, but desire of those that keep thy testimonies in afflictions. So in our afflictions, we got to keep the testimonies of the Lord. We got to read these precepts. This is why it's important to read. We got to read the testimonies of our forefathers and foremothers when they were persecuted by the heathens, when, they were threatening us for, sticking true to what we believe, sticking true to the Most High and what He's commanded us. These wicked inventions that they put against us all day, every day. You got police. You got, you gotta have insurance, you gotta have a tag, you gotta have your car note paid, you gotta have groceries. If you don't have groceries, and you got children, and they find out and they want to come and take your children, or they might want to take them because you didn't do something according to how they wanted to do it, but the child is safe. I mean, it's a lot in this captivity. This is why we gotta get saved. We gotta get saved, but we can only get saved through endurance. We gotta endure until Yahawashi comes back. But I got one more precept because you might go through hard things. Sometimes, the Most High, He's not going to answer speedily. Just, you're going to wake up, well, okay, I got this, and this done. No, but this is a time where we got to focus on the blessings, focus on what we do have, not so much on what we don't have, what we're going through, and, the woe with me. You don't want to know woe with me spirit when you're really going through it. It's a time where the Most High, He's really trying to show you something in that season. You got to hearken unto that. You got to say, wait, what is the Most High trying to show me in this instance? I got to get the classic. This is Philippians 4 and 11. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content. I know both how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed, both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. So we got to learn how to be low, and we got to learn how to be high. But in all things, we got to be content. If you're in a season where you're doing good, you got the job that you want, it pays for all your bills, you got whatever going on, you flourish, and this is your season. Okay, period. That's good. That's good. Thank the Most High in season, out of season. When you're low, when you're high. Because it's all of the Most High. It's all of the Most High. And when you're a base, you gotta have that same spirit. You gotta be all praise the Most High. Count them blessings, because the blessings, they never go away. You might be good and put through that fire, but the blessings never go away. And with that, I'll praise the Most High. And Shalom, sisters. I'm just now seeing this. I'm over here rambling. But Shalom, sisters. I pray, Lord willing, that this was edifying again. And yeah. Lord willing, y'all have a blessed rest of y'all Sabbath for those observing. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom.